Dean Brogan not far away. After this finishes, we're doing the 04 Grand Final replay. Brisbane and Port Adelaide, a famous game, that one. Got Bill's quiz out of the way. We've been reintroducing the glass eye with Ash Tour on a podcast. We've had the celebrity wheel, which was meant to be Steph Curry, but was Andrew Gaze. Adam Simpson's been on. We've chatted to Travis Holt. It's been a very big show, this one.
George Foreman next week.
Next week, George Foreman.
How much money do you make out of the grill? Millions.
I tell you, if you want to see, if you're a fan of the fight game, Fat, and you want to see George Foreman at his best, watch when he clubbed Joe Frazier nearly to death. Yeah. Joe Frazier, in a minute, in a round and about 40 seconds, went to the canvas 6 times.
No. Which number was that? Which fight was that?
Oh, I think it was their only fight.
Yeah, no.
Because he was the World Championship bout.
Which is why, and that was after Ali-Frazier fight.
Yep.
George Foreman was a young man coming through the ranks, and he was knocking everyone out. And you're right, he knocked Frazier out, and that's the reason why. Because the fight before that with Ali-Frazier went it was a war, and then the fact that he did that so easily, that's why everyone thought
the Rumble in the Jungle
that he was Foreman.
The Thriller in Manila.
He was just going to demolish Ali.
Yes,
and that's why Ali's the best.
I know, it's nuts.
He is,
but it is the most brutal 4 minutes of boxing you'll ever see. He just belted the living suitcase out of him.
As I said, he named his sons George Jr., George the Third, George the Fourth, George the Fifth, and George the Sixth.
And his daughters.
But the girls are.
Georgina.
Isn't there a Georgina in there?
They haven't got the girls' names yet.
Was it Georgie?
It's something like that. Do you know, we've also interviewed him on The Cage. He was talking, this is back in The Cage days.
He didn't want to give you any of his time.
He was watching the great documentary made about the Rumble in the Jungle with his kids, who he said halfway through started barracking for Ali. That as I'm sitting with all the Georges, they started barracking for the bloke that beat me in the fight.
Hey, we just spoke to Danny Green.
Oh, the Green Man.
Mean man.
The greatest puncher the West has ever seen.
And he spoke to George Jr.
Ah.
And that's the first step. We're on our way.
George Jr. the third or the fourth?
No, there's only George Jr. because then there's George the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Why didn't he go?
There's only one George Jr.
Why not the
Where's
second?
George 1?
There's no George 1 or 2.
Why is that?
I don't know what happened to
but maybe George was the son of a George
He just jumped a couple of Georges.
yeah, there's George Jr. and George the third, fourth, and fifth.
Oh, we've just told there's Papa Bear George.
Oh, well, he must be the
George's dad.
sixth. Oh,
Greeny,
Papa Bear.
not only can Danny Green not come on this station without a proper introduction, he can't be spoken about on this station without a proper introduction. So here we go.
The most powerful puncher from Perth that has ever been, Danny the Man, the Machine, Green Machine.
Matty.
No. Come on, Matty. One job.
He got excited, Jimmy. It was all in the moment.
You have to stop raising that with him, though, Bill. He's a good bloke, Matty.
No, great
Just let him
bloke.
go.
I don't think he likes talking about
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
No, he's a great
It's a
bloke.
bit of a blemish.
But that means that every time he comes on, we play that as well.
So he doesn't come on.
No, he refuses to join us. He's like, nah, bugger off.
You blokes are going to use that intro again.
I'm not coming on. So, Duck, George Foreman's your man.
Yes.
So Bill's made the first call on your behalf.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I spoke
he's
to
my
Dan.
man.
He's your man. I spoke to Danny for you.
Well, let's be honest. I'm the only one. I got Lance Armstrong. So George Foreman should be a piece of cake.
You know how old George Foreman is?
How old?
71.
71.
71.
I could fight again.
It actually ruined him, the Rumble in the Jungle. It actually mentally ruined him and went out of boxing. He's a great man.
Didn't he win a world title at 45?
Great man. He came
He
back.
came back and won
He
one.
came back and won one. Yeah.
Olympic gold medalist too, I think.
Yeah.
He was.
One of the,
And a minister.
a minister,
He got very religious.
Yes. He got religious after the Rumble, and he made a couple of fatal errors getting off the plane with a German Shepherd.
Yeah, that didn't work for
and
us.
things like that.
What did he do that?
Turned a lot of people
That
off.
was in
Did a
the
couple.
Rumble in the Jungle.
What, he got off with the German
He
Shepherd?
flew his dog over to the fight. Yeah.
Bull.
Yeah.
On the watch.
It was like 3:30 in the morning, that fight.
Yeah.
And it was still nearly 40 degrees.
Well, it nearly got called off because Big George got a cut in practice, and Ali was doing a lot of things away from the ring over there, and
What was he doing?
he decided, training hard.
Was he?
And he
That was a big part of his preparation. The great man.
Did the heavens opened after it finished?
Yeah,
can you
it
believe I had a chance to meet him in
And you said no.
Knocked it back.
1998?
Where were you?
Well, I was preparing for a grand final, Bill, and then the next day I wasn't professional of me
No.
to go and meet him in my condition.
Really?
I wrote an article about it actually a couple of weeks ago.
In what?
The age.
The age.
Yeah.
Is that still going?
What? Yeah, the grill. I'm just reading about
Yeah, it's gone. The George
grill.
Foreman.
He sold the name for $138 million in 1999.
Oh, so he didn't cash in on
99?
per product. He didn't get paid per
No,
product.
he was
sold the
paid 40% of the profits on each grill sold. 40%, earning him $4.5 million a month in payouts at
Yeah,
its
they
peak.
made out of Taiwan. They were $195 to make.
I have had.
$4.5 million a
A
month.
month.
I have,
When it was at its
In
peak.
99.
he only had a small percentage of it, Bill.
Because they got advertised on air. You got.
He just gave you the fact stuff.
Yeah, you don't believe everything you read.
Oh, he made $200 million.
Bill, yeah, Bill,
Out
don't
of it.
believe everything you read. The actual, and obviously, it was a
sorry.
very.
It's a Dunkin' Donuts.
And yeah,
I actually did have one because the fat run off it. You probably could have done with it, Bill.
Duck's got his eye in.
Like,
Listen to Duck.
all the fat runs off the meat and it
Yeah,
cooks
oh,
really
Oh,
hot.
yeah.
Never
Both
do it
sides.
twice, Duck.
Extra quick.
now he can't remember what he's bloody cut in for. Here we go.
I was going to have a crack at PT.
Oh,
About
so
something.
you forgot
I've forgotten what
because
it
you're
was.
that funny. You're that funny off the
Have you
top.
got who here knows someone that's made something famous and made a lot of money out of it? I could give an example.
Oh, go on. You start it. You kick it off, Brian.
So you've asked a question, BT.
Have you got any? Have you got any?
I've got a friend that, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, but a friend
What did he make?
that bought a cosmetic for $70,000 off his. I won't go right into the details.
No,
Of his
please don't.
mother-in-law, 70,000. 7 years later, sold it for $100 million.
Off his mother.
Yeah, so that wasn't
That's
too
good. Anyone else?
Yeah.
No, Brian, I haven't. No. Have you, Brian?
What are you
JB?
saying, Brian?
What do you ask,
Where are
Brian?
you going, Bristol? Where are you going, Bristol?
Come on, Brian.
Brian.
There's something in
Come
this.
on, Brian.
What is it, Brian?
Have you got any?
I know some people who have made a lot of money.
Yeah.
No. I just have they invented something that we know.
No.
Well, what is
What have you got,
Come
Brian?
on, you've
I invented the wheel.
Come on, you've invented
What, Brian?
shoelaces.
What is
There
it?
we go.
What do you got,
Look
Brian?
at Bristol. What is
This
it?
better be good, Brian.
Come on.
No, you wouldn't know about it. It's too.
Go
technical.
on.
It's
Go
too
on.
No,
technical.
I want to hear it now.
What is it,
No,
Brian?
it's-
We're not going ad break
and
until you
it's a
tell us.
very extended family. It's like
Right.
quite a way back.
Yeah, and,
But,
I'm interested now.
What did they?
Oh, well, he made an engine.
Oh, the Ralph Sarich.
Yeah.
Yeah, the orbital engine.
What, the
Very
Which you wouldn't even know what it is, Bill.
cricket
Very
bat?
famous.
There's
How many
SS.
hundreds
very
of millions
famous.
did he make out of that?
Little mint.
Stuart Surridge.
No, Ralph.
Oh,
and,
SS.
and he's your best mate, is he?
No, he's not my best mate.
What? He
Well,
made
what?
engines.
Well, you just said, do we have mates or
No,
a mate
or family.
or family?
He's related.
Yes, and
Oh,
you know
way
him,
back.
and you used to catch up for a beer. You used to catch up for a beer with him, and
No, I never met him.
And he made an engine, did he?
you're a tosser.
Yeah.
What sort of engine, Brian?
The orbital.
Orbital engine.
What's
What's
that?
that?
It's an orbital engine.
Oh boy.
Any,
It's round and it's got.
Hey, by
spark
the way,
plugs around.
hey, I know a guy named Bill, and he lives overseas, and last name Gates, and he's made a lot of money. And,
Giving a lot away.
I've never met him either, BT.
BT, is any of that orbital engine money coming your way?
No,
Is any of it going to trickle down to you, Bristle?
no.
Are you? Is anyone
There
related?
are other layers to that.
Is
but I
anyone
won't.
related to someone? I'm related to Lady Di, or I was.
Yeah.
Spencer, the
Lady
Spencer fans, the Spencer family.
Don't-
Bullshit.
No, why would I bring it up?
Don't laugh about this, Mariah.
Well, hang on, wait.
Mariah.
Nothing. Mariah Carey, my ass.
I'm related to
You're
Mariah
Pat Carey.
Listen, when I...
Shut up, Duck. You broke the window.
What's happened to this show, by the way?
Well, who are you related to?
Mariah.
No, you're not.
And
You got a
Jim-
head on you like a unraked bunker.
Jim.
What has happened to
Come
our
on,
show?
tell us who.
The Spencers, Lady Di
And
was
Drew-
the Spencer. So Lady Di Spencer in the family.
Princess
Drew.
Di.
No,
Where,
Princess
Bill?
Di.
Through whose side?
My dad's.
Do you know where I get my funny side from? Drew. Drew Carey.
Shut up, you.
We need to get to a break.
You're not funny and you're not Mariah.
All I hope...
Doug, you are not funny.
There it is. Tamo, who are you related to? Some talk on the Muppets.
My mum.
Hey, Mr. Magoo.
Mr.
Oh, my God.
Some four-eyed.
Some scientist in the germ department
Oh, yeah. I've found it.
over there just looking through the microscope and going, yeah, there's a germ. He's coming out in 1949. And
It's the COVID virus.
Mr. Bean.
Jeez, I hope Dean Brogan hasn't been listening to the last 5 minutes of this. That might be
Are
the
we still
greatest
on?
lot of crap we've ever put to
I don't think we're still on, are we?
Have we been drinking?
Hard Yakka.
Right,
This is the Triple
Harry.
M Saturday Robin for McDonald's Triple M Rocks Footy.
Mariah, fair dinkum duck.